Hi everyone, welcome to part 3 of my series where I'm rebuild my Webflow website in Webstudio. In this video I'll show you how I work with position absolute, hover animations and variables. As always, I'll start with the layout and then move on to styling. Here's the page where we'll be rebuilding today. Let's start by setting up the structure. First, I add the main wrapper and name it tab template. Inside, I create two blocks, left and right. The name doesn't affect styling, they just help in with organization. Inside the left block, I add another block called column. There will be two columns in total, but for now I'll work with just one. In the right block, I add two sections, the About block for text content and the Canvas block for decorative frame. Inside Canvas, I add an element called dash, which will be a line. I'll explain that part later. Now let's work on our lists of links. I'll add the first link to our column and include all necessary elements, a heading, a text block and an image. I'll assign a classes right away, template link for the link, template name for the heading and template image for the image. Since we don't need the image, I'll set the display none. Now let's style the other elements. I'll turn the text block into a number, setting it to 01. The link will be flexed so elements align horizontally. I'll remove unnecessary margins. Set a font size for the heading. And add some gap between elements. Next I'll adjust colors, starting with the gray tone, but it looks like too light, so I'll darken it later. I'll also reduce the font weight, make letters uppercase and slightly decrease the font size, it's too big. Now for the main tab, I'll add some padding on the top and sides. To improve future hover animation, I'll add extra padding to link so it triggers smoothly. Darkening colors. To improve hover animation, I'll add extra padding to the link so it triggers smoothly. Okay. I'll turn the number into a circle. To do this, I'll set flex on the text block, give it a width of 1.8 rem and set an aspect ratio 1:1 to make it square. Then I'll apply a 50% border radius, transforming it into a circle. Now let's enable the image display block and animate it. First, select the link and add a variable in the advanced settings, T-image. This will control opacity. Setting opacity to 0 by default and 1 on hover. In the image settings, instead of setting opacity manually, I'll link it to T-image variable. Now when hovering over the link, the image fades in and out. To make it smooth, I'll add a slight transition effect. Right now, yeah. Now I'll place the image into the top right corner. For this, need to set the parent block to position relative and set the position absolute and align it to top right. Resize an image to 47 VW with an aspect ratio of 20 by 8. I'm sorry, 12.8 by 8. Yeah. Now it works well. And now I need the same link for the right column, but with the text and heading swept. I'll duplicate the column and add a reverse class to align content to the left. Right here, like in previous design. Not previous, but original. Yeah, changing place, heading with text, and add reverse class, and set align content to the left. After adding all the necessary links, which took about 30 minutes, I imported images, and now let's move to the right section. I'll set flex space between to the main tab block to distribute left and right parts evenly. For the canvas, the frame, I'll match its width and aspect ratio to the image. It's 47 VW and 12.8 by 8. The canvas I'll stretch to 100% width and height to the wrapper. Now I add in a heading, paragraph and link to the bottom section. Then I'll add a padding to center it vertically and small side margins. For the frame's border, I'll add a subtle border radius to soften the edge. Soft gray, light gray, and a half of frame, I think. Now I'll create an X shape inside the frame using two lines. First I need to set frame to flex centered, add an element dash, 100 pixels and 200K dark gray color here. Now I create a class canvas line. I copy local styles to the token and apply a 45 degrees rotation. Now I duplicate the dash and apply minus 45 degrees. And set position absolute. Now the two lines intersect at the center, forming the X inside the frame. Now when selecting templates, they appear inside the frame as if they are part of it. I'll transfer the old design text to the new layout to maintain readability. To maintain readability, I'll set a max width of 48 ch characters. Then I'll adjust line height and color to match the original design. Since the text Since the text isn't centering, I'll fix it by setting flex vertical alignment to the parent block. Now everything looks great. Just refine the links hover effect to match the design. Yeah. Finally. Now everything looks great. Hover animations work smoothly and images transition perfectly. That's it for this part. Hope you found it helpful and enjoyed the process. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to leave a comment. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye bye.